Hi, I'm Kari Field, and this is the LUNAR Astrology Full Moon Forecast for February 2017, a lunar eclipse. Hey, how's it going? We are in another eclipse season. A lunar eclipse is coming this Friday. For those in the United States, we'll see in the early evening, and it will also be seen in Europe, Africa, across Asia. It's it's eclipse season. It happens every 6 months. We get a dose of these solar and lunar eclipses. They come in groups, and it varies in intensity and flavor. But this one I'm going to talk to you a little bit about. It's a pretty intense one. So lunar eclipses are when the shadow of the earth blocks the moon. So the earth's shadow goes over the moon's light for a moment. This one's going to last about 3 hours, peaking just for about an hour. And the eclipses are a powerful influence of shadow energy. It's the opposite of light, right? It's the anti-light, the shadow. And the demons, the asuras, Rahu and Ketu, are the lunar nodes that bring these shadows. Rahu and Ketu are part of one being. They're the snake or the serpent, or sometimes the dragon that causes eclipses. Rahu is the head and Ketu is the tail. I wrote in my blog about the old story of the demons and the angels and the asuras and the devas, and how they were always fighting one another, and one day, with the hope that they could get something to come out of the great ocean of milk, Amrita, namely the nectar of immortality, they cooperated with each other instead of fought for a moment, and used the great snake Ananta to churn the ocean of milk. So the friction of their adversity created agitation in the milk, the waters, and out like butter came so many wondrous things. So, including that, Amrita eventually as well. So it's through friction, through agitation, through these polarized forces that we can gain, that we grow, that we evolve. Now, that being said, lunar eclipses are generally not auspicious to look at for a long time. They say a glimpse at the light of the shadow, or the shadow, I should say, light, is said to increase the power of this pressurized Rahu and Ketu energy. So it depends on, again, how it's aspecting your chart and how susceptible you are, but it's generally not advised to go stare at the eclipse for a long period of time or spend a lot of time under it outdoors. Also, it's not good to cook or eat under one of these eclipses. And particularly maybe not this one. This lunar eclipse is in the section of the sky, or the Vedic lunar mansion, called Ashlesha nakshatra. Ashlesha is connected to snakes as well. I've been talking a lot about snakes tonight. And the nakshatra itself, the star, is the head, the group of stars that form the head of Hydra, the great water snake that extends over quite a bit of the sky. Ashlesha is connected to what they call Naga snakes. They're these amazing primal kind of life forces that are said to sleep or live coiled under the earth, at the center of the earth, in the core of the earth. They are also sometimes connected to the Kundalini serpent, what's coiled at the root chakra, the foundation. So there's a lot of power and intensity in this nakshatra, and when the moon is there, emotions can run high. Sometimes there's a lot of anxiety or worry. People prone to depression need to be more aware that this full moon may make you feel more sensitive to what other people say or what you experience. So take care of your mind on this lunar eclipse and take it easy. Paranoia and confusion can increase in people, so be aware and try to be sensitive to others on this full moon lunar eclipse. Also, obviously because of this, relationships are complicated perhaps by this full moon, so interactions could get confusing, so keep things simple. A good thing about this lunar eclipse is Jupiter is now moving retrograde in the sky. As he moves retrograde, he gets brighter and stronger. In Vedic astrology, they see this as something that gives power back to Jupiter. Now, Jupiter has been hit hard recently because Saturn moved into his sign recently, and he's being aspected by a 10th house drishti. It's a very intense sambandha between Jupiter and Saturn. And so this retrograde action gives some strength back to Jupiter. And Jupiter has a lot to do with spiritual understanding and higher thought and philosophy, education, and higher human values. So it's giving some fight back, some pushback to reinstill solid and good values in our lives. And also Jupiter and Mercury are creating sambandha. Jupiter is aspecting Mercury, and Mercury is in Mercury's sign. So there we have another strong connection, positive with Jupiter, creating a great deal of energy to support healing, communication, and understanding one another. So it actually could be a wonderful time to hold space for people, listen, come to terms with differences and misunderstandings, brighten the blind spot. That's what Ashlesha is too, really trying to get into the underworld and the subconscious and maybe some judgments we have or some kind of conceived notions, and detoxifying and freeing ourselves from these ideas that may restrain us or restrain others as well. So this is not easy work, as you can imagine. So take it easy though on yourself, and remember that the most important thing is during a lunar eclipse like this is kindness and patience and understanding for yourself and others. Okay, so now let's take a look and see what the tarot cards have to say about this lunar eclipse in February. Okay. Okay, so the first card that came up for this lunar eclipse is the Four of Coins or Pentacles. The Four of Coins in particular speaks of boundaries, of feeling secure, feeling like we need to protect ourselves, holding on, creating difference from other people, sort of going inward. And it is a natural reaction when we don't feel secure to want to pull away and find a safe place to go to, our home, our refuge. And that's a perfectly okay thing to do on this full moon if you don't feel like going out or being a social butterfly. I think this is maybe a good Friday, Saturday around this time. And this whole month may feel a little bit more internal in some ways. We need sometimes to build a safe place, right? And the turmoil of the world, it's the next couple cards are, here you see the 10 of Swords. It's a lot of wind, a lot of vata, a lot of confusion, and even to the point where it's so much, that we just go home or retreat within, And then this card, the 5 of Wands. Sometimes it's our ambition, our competition, our desire to be better that makes us fight and strive. But this full moon may create a desire to work maybe too hard or a feeling of insecurity about what we're doing and how we compare to others. So just remember that we really are so much more in common. We have so much more we share with one another than we realize. We're all so much more alike than we are different. So allow the fears and the anxieties to ripple away and burn away in this time. And you'll find the common ground soon, stable ground. So here, let's take a look. There's really nothing that you can do or say that hasn't been done or said. There's really no need to fight. Sometimes the fight leads us to and fro. Where will we go? Find the place of refuge in your heart, the grounding. Create your boundaries, but know that you are not alone. Find a place of safety and soothe the mind. Find a place of grounding and certainty, if possible, so you can let down your guard. Okay, kind of a stormy forecast there. Thank you for watching my YouTube presentation of this lunar eclipse full moon for February 10th and 11th. If you're on the other side of the ocean, it's February 11th. I do give Vedic astrology readings in person via Skype or phone. Also tarot readings. You can get on my website to book them there. And please get on my newsletter. It's free, like my YouTube channel. And have a safe and wonderful full moon lunar eclipse. I will see you soon. Namaste.